Hi everyone and welcome back to BRM Driving School. If you're looking for lessons, I'll leave a link down below in the description. Go to my Facebook page. If you leave a message on there saying that you're looking for lessons, I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. But if you like what you see in the video, hit like, hit subscribe, hit that little notification bell so you don't miss out. And most importantly, share amongst your friends. You know, want to get everyone passed on their driving tests, so let's all help each other out. Okay, so still doing these little route videos that everyone seems to be enjoying. So what I'm going to be doing today is the Blackbird Leys Route. I've tried recording this one 3 times already, but the SD card in my dash cam keeps going, so I've had to buy a new one. So hopefully this is going to be 4th time lucky. So this one we going through Blackbird Leys, be probably doing the most dangerous junction I think you could probably get on your driving test in Oxford, followed by an incredibly tricky roundabout. So we're going to go through that, you know, get this done as best as we can. Hopefully it will translate on your test day to a pass. So currently I'm parked on the next road down from the test centre. It's just the building works are getting a bit ridiculous there at the moment, where they're building the student accommodation. And just looking at the clock here, the tests that are currently out are probably coming back in right now, so I don't want to be getting in their way. So I'm just the next road down. This road's pretty much identical to the road that the test centre is on. Okay, so we're gonna get the car going. Here's a sat-nav route, and the sat-nav starts right at the beginning, so just try and get that adjusted a little bit more just so you can see it a bit more easily. I think that looks good enough. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't, we'll have to redo this one, but hopefully it does work. It works on the Wood Farm video. Okay, so we're going to get this one started. Just get my demister on up the back so I can see a bit more. It's a bit miserable today, so driving to the conditions are quite important. Okay, so this isn't the test centre road, it's the next one along, but as I said, it's pretty much identical. You've got the parked cars on both sides, you've got the awkward speed hump that's at the end of the road.
At the end of the road, turn right.
Okay. So, turn around, so mirror check, right signal. So, you've got the awkward speed bump, look out for pedestrians. There's nobody there, get my wiper blade on as well, that'd be a good start. Okay, and then checking out both sides. It's a bit of a thing in my car, if you turn the car off with the wiper blade up in the on position, when you turn it back on again, it doesn't turn on. Or it doesn't start, you have to flick the switch again. Okay. So, test centre road is this road here where all the people in the high-vis jackets are. It's just they've got all the building lorries and all that out. So you would come out from that road on the right, you would join this road here. There's a good thing I'm not in that road because I just had a little peek down. They've got the forklift trucks and all that going up and down it. So we're on the route now. So have a look at the sat-nav screen. I can see roundabout turning
After
right.
200 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the second exit.
Okay. So check mirrors. Signal right.
Go right on the roundabout and take the second exit.
And be aware of vehicles coming from the right, because sometimes it's busy, sometimes it's quiet. So got a couple here. Oh no, I've got that white car, so somebody's going to go here. Yeah. There we go. So using the vehicle on my left to my advantage there. Just everyone wanted to turn right at that roundabout, so eventually somebody goes. Okay, now looking at the screen, 450 yards turning
At the
right.
end of the road, turn right.
As you heard there from the sat-nav, end of the road turning right. So I have a little glance at the sat-nav screen, I can see it curves slightly left. So it's not the turn here where the Audi store is, it's at the traffic lights that are just around the bend where those cars are queuing. But this is quite important here. Sign on the left there says use both lanes for right turn. And I'm not sure if you can see it on the floor, but we've got road markings in this lane. It's pointing left and right. it is much easier to use the left-hand lane at this set of traffic lights here. Nothing wrong with using the right-hand lane, it's just much easier to use this one. So the light is turning green, so get myself prepared, having a good look around, because someone might be pulling out from the retail park behind me. It's all clear. So just stay round the outside and it'll put you in the left-hand lane on the dual carriageway.
Turn right.
Some of you may have noticed there was a 50 sign there as well. Okay, so quick look at the sat-nav screen, half a mile turning off towards Cowley, not at here. Go straight at these traffic lights. So sticking to
After half a mile, turn left towards Cowley.
Just keep an eye on those lights, they've been green for quite a while, they could change. So I've checked my mirrors, I know what's behind me, which is pretty much nothing. Okay. So the sat-nav will give 2 instructions up ahead, so listen carefully to what it's about to say. I'm just going to back off just because I don't want to be too close to the vehicles in front now.
After 400 yards, bear left towards Cowley.
There's 2 instructions around about here. Normally it does, but alright, maybe.
Bear left.
Because normally it says back there, turn off and then take the first exit of the roundabout. It's not doing it at the moment.
After 300 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
Okay. So as you may have heard me murmur back there, it's raining, keep the distance to the cars in front. So I realised I was starting to get too close to the
Go
car in
left
front.
on the roundabout and take the first exit.
Yeah, I was starting to get a bit too close to that car in front, so I backed it off a bit. Because going back to your theory test, you might have been asked this question: if it's wet conditions, how far back from the vehicle in front should you be? Yep, for those of you that said around about 4 seconds, that is the correct answer. So, normally dry conditions is around about 2 second time gap, wet conditions double it. If you're driving in snow and ice, maybe as much 10 to 12 seconds. Okay, so lights won't be red for very long. So yeah, driving to the conditions today is very important. I did have someone on their test just before I filmed it. They passed it. It was quite dreadful conditions. We were talking about, you know, driving at a speed that's sensible for the road that you're on, for the conditions that are in front of you. And you know, it's a fantastic drive, and you know, fully deserved that pass. And I'm super happy with that. Okay, going down onto Garsington Road. Okay, so quick glance at the sat-nav. It says 800 yards. I'll be turning onto Cuddleston Way. So the bit that happens on here is as you approach the first set of traffic lights, it normally says in 300 yards turn right. People will mistake it as being the first turning. It's not, it's the last turning. So just being aware of this car in front, yeah, because they keep slowing down. I had a feeling they might have been turning off. Okay, so carrying on. So it's normally any moment now it says it, but I've already said that once today and it said it a bit later.
After 300 yards, turn right, then take the second left.
There you go, 2 instructions there. So turning right in 300 yards. As I said, people mistake it as being for Sandy Lane. We're not turning onto Sandy Lane, turning onto Cuddleston Way. I said it's Sandy Way, it's Sandy Lane. So turn onto Cuddleston Way. So straight on at the traffic lights, check mirrors, going to be signalling right. So you can see there's 2 sets of traffic lights in front of me. So we go straight ahead at the first set, turn right at the second. Be aware of oncoming vehicles, you're crossing the path of traffic.
Turn right, then take the second left.
So there's a big gap after that blue car. turn. So you've got to be careful with positioning, don't want to overdo it. Okay, so you've got bus stopped up ahead, so it's just changing the sign over now, so could be a sign there about to go. I'm just going to check my mirrors, be aware of pedestrians that might walk around the front. So keep it going, and then you've got a sign school and narrow lanes, single file traffic. It's got an obstruction up ahead, but there's no signs or road markings saying who has priority, so nobody has it here. Nobody coming. Okay, now normally, sometimes down here, the examiner might say to you, can you pull up on the left in a safe place? Just got to be careful of those zigzag markings, so I will pull over, but I'll pull over just after them. Don't want to be stopping on the yellow marking. Okay, and then when you're ready, drive on again. So back into first gear, check all around. I can see there's a red Range Rover behind, but sufficiently behind for me to safely pull out. So that happened about 4 or 5 times during your test. Make sure you're checking before you go, make sure you know what's coming and what's around you. Okay, so through here you normally get a lot of parked cars. Got an oncoming vehicle, but obviously there's a big gap on the left for me to get into. So check my mirrors, going to get into that gap. Just keeping an eye on that car. Because they are stationary, but they are moving again. So they seem a bit hesitant, but we're going to be patient here. It's quite a long, normally get quite a long line of parked cars here, so look out for gaps if there's somebody coming. Can you safely get into that gap? Okay. So up ahead, you're going to be told to ignore the sat-nav for a few moments. You're going to be turning right into the car park. So I'm going to do a manoeuvre here. But on this one, I'm going to deliberately do it wrong. Okay. So ignore the sat-nav if it speaks. So I'm going to turn into the middle.
After 100 yards. Turn right.
Okay, so we're going to go into the middle row. I'm going to do a forward bay park, but as I said, I'm going to deliberately do this one wrong. So I'm going to go through how to fix it. So I'm going to go through a bay on the right, doesn't matter which one. I'm going to deliberately do it wrong. I'm going to turn in too early here. So, turn into the bay, over the line on my side. So if it's your driving test here, how do you fix this? That's right, we're going to go backwards, just going to shuffle it over a bit to the left. So don't panic here, just take your time, have a good look around. Just make sure it's safe, because I know sometimes what happens is people will go to park in the bay, they realise they're not in, they panic and they just reverse back straight away and there's somebody there. So check around, make sure it's safe. As I can see there is a car manoeuvring around the car park behind me. They're out the way, so check around still as I'm reversing. I'm steering it slightly to the left to get it sorted. I'm just going to now steer it to the right to straighten it up. Okay, and then I'm just going to drive forward. I'm looking at the second bay along. I'm just using that to help guide me in. So imagine I'm going to drive through the second bay. That seems alright. That should be near enough the middle of the bay. If I open my door, I know you can't see it on the camera, but I'd say that's around about the middle of the bay. Okay, so now I'm going to reverse out the bay and steer to my left to head towards the car park exit. So checking around, it's all safe. And then there's no car next to me, so I can go over the line on my right on the way out. If there was a car next to me, reverse it back in a straight line before turning. Okay, so leaving the car park, going to be turning right, going to be back to following the sat-nav. So, checking mirror, signal right. So checking both sides here, because it can sometimes be a bit of a busy road here. It's all good. The sat-nav may not speak, so it
After
is...
90 yards, turn right.
The sat-nav is really not... Normally I know what
Turn right.
Normally I know what the sat-nav's doing, but not today. I guess it must be the bad weather. Okay, so turn onto Blackbird Leys Route, making sure you don't shortcut the corner. Usually straight away you get these parked cars. Be aware of oncoming vehicles. Okay, check all around. This van up ahead, let me go. But still check that it's safe. Don't think because they're flashing you they want you to go straight away. Check it's safe. Okay, now up ahead, sat-nav will say turn right, then turn left. You don't have to
After
signal
100
on the right
yards,
turn.
turn right, then turn left.
So you don't have to signal on the right turn here. So just go nice and slow because that parked car's in
Turn
an awkward
right,
spot.
then turn left.
So looking around to the right, there's no oncoming vehicle, so it's safe to go around this that car there.
Turn left.
And then turning left. Just take your time as you go around here because you've got these high curbs. It's a little bit narrow, so just take it nice and steady. That's it. Okay.
After 200 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
So there are 2 mini roundabouts up ahead, so it's straight ahead of both of them because sometimes it doesn't tell you on the second roundabout until you're part way through it. So
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
So looking out for right signals, so it's all clear. Second roundabout, looking to right, just going to slow it down
Cross
a bit.
the roundabout and take the first exit.
Yeah, just slowing it down a bit there because you've got the bush on the right, sometimes it can be a little bit hard to see. Got a bus stopped here, so be aware in case it pulls away, or rather pedestrians, it's pulling away. So just sort of checking my mirrors and seeing the signal go on. So I'm always ready to adapt to changes. And then you've got the 30 limit just afterwards.
After 200 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
Okay, so that'll be onto Sandy Lane West. Checking mirrors, signal left. So looking for traffic coming from
Go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
nobody coming, so we're going to turn in. As you turn in, you've got the 20 signs, very easy to miss, but there is a repeater sign just as you go around this bend. Okay, now I look at the sat-nav screen, it's telling me I'm turning right at a roundabout in 3/4 of a mile. Let's just flicked over to half a mile. There is a junction before we get there, and that is we're going to be turning onto the dual carriageway. Now this is probably one of the most dangerous junctions you can get on a driving test in Oxford. People mistake it as a slip road. It is not a slip road, it is a give-way junction. So it'll be just as we go around the corner, I'm going to see a 50 sign and I'm going to see a give-way sign next to it. Also got the blue sign saying you can only turn left up ahead. So there's that dual carriageway. Be ready to stop on this one. It's fast moving traffic and you're going quite slowly, it's about 20 miles an hour. Okay, so I've dropped it into second gear. I'm doing a lot of looking here. I can see there's a lot of traffic, so I'm going to be stopping at the end. Yeah, because I'm only doing like 20 or less than 20, they are coming in a lot faster than what you think. So you can see there's a gap after this lorry, so I'm really going to put a lot of acceleration here. I'm going to give it a lot of power and get it going. To put your foot down here, you need to get the speed up quickly. Okay, so turning right at that roundabout that I mentioned, wipe the blades on a bit faster.
After 400 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the third exit towards Iflin. Then turn right.
So I've got in this lane and there's going to be an extra lane on the right, so check your mirrors, signal right. You can only use that far right lane here. You cannot
Go right on the
middle.
roundabout and take the third exit. Then turn right.
It's the only lane marked for Ifley. Okay, so now this is the tricky bit here, because the sat-nav says turn right at the roundabout, then turn right after you come off. So I'm going to check my mirrors. I'm going to aim to get towards that middle lane once I've passed here. So I've checked the mirrors, it's safe to get in the middle lane. Now when I come off, there's 2 lanes. I'm going to exit in the right-hand lane and then take the next road on the right. So be aware of oncoming
Turn right,
traffic.
then you have reached your destination on your left.
Okay. So did say it ends along this road. In reality, it goes on for just a little bit longer. But when I programmed this route, it was just after the sat-nav test came in, and because I wasn't saying, I didn't know where exactly it ended. Okay, so just taking your time as you go through here. It's pretty narrow for this new bit. Okay, so the sat-nav that I've got set up will say it ends along here, but in reality it will say go straight ahead at the first
You have
roundabout,
reached your destination on your left.
So straight ahead at the first one, left at the second. Just being careful the first roundabout, a lot of bushes on the right. People do come, they come with very little notice, so coming in at a steady speed. Checking, it's still safe, left signal on, go around the bend. Do be careful as you go around this bend, it's a blind corner, usually a parked car on the opposite side as soon as you turn in. In this case we've got a parked van, but there's no vehicles coming towards us, so it's all safe. Okay. So going down this road, still 20. Sometimes people do pick up their speed as they go down here. Just got to be careful. Okay. So we'll keep on going. Now up ahead there will be some narrow bits with parked cars. Some bits are wide enough for 2 cars, some bits are not wide enough for 2 cars. So just keep an eye out on how much space is there and how much of that space do I need. You can see there's a big lorry coming here, so I think probably on this one I'll let them through if they don't. Maybe they're going to let me through, so that's fine. So you can see how tight this gap is here. It is just about wide enough to get through, so you just got to take it steady. Okay, so binman crossing the road, so it is the bin lorry nearby. So just going to check my mirrors, know what's behind me. The bin lorries down that road on the right, but it very easily could have been down here. Sometimes you see one hazard, it could be giving you a warning. There could be an even bigger hazard up ahead. So just keep an eye out on those little hints. Okay. So up ahead, going to be turning right at the set of traffic lights. So this one you've got to be careful on the approach and how you actually do the junction itself. There's a yellow box just behind these parked cars, so we're going to stop here, keep it clear. A little bit hard to spot in these wet conditions, but I can see enough of it to know there's a yellow box. Okay, so the traffic light's turning right. There's a shopping centre on the other side. Usually you get a lot of traffic coming out from that shopping centre, so the right turn here can be quite dangerous. Check around, nice and slowly. So I'm going to pull in towards the middle, wait for a gap. You see that car up in front is pull towards the middle, they're waiting for the gap, then we'll go once it's safe. I wouldn't call that safe what they just done there, because they got in the way of that burgundy car. Okay, so traffic lights changed, but I'm already in the middle of the junction. Just be aware of pedestrians just in case they start crossing. Okay, so going past Cowley Centre, lots of hazards here. Look at all the parked cars, pedestrian crossings up ahead. There's a lot going on here. Is somebody at that crossing? Can't quite tell. There is someone on the right, so these lights could change. But they have stayed green for now. So sticking to the left-hand lane, go past that roundabout, and then the examiner normally says along this bit here, we're now approaching a short section of dual carriageway. At the end there's a set of traffic lights going to be turning right, so I'm going to move across to the right lane as soon as it's safe to do so. And only now has it gone up to 30, so that whole bit back there was at 20. It's only just now it's gone to 30, so turning right at the traffic lights. And tarmac, so not stopping too close to the car in front. So whilst I've got a chance to quickly get that down, don't need it anymore. Checking all around. one of those things. I have stopped ever so slightly over the line into the bike box, but that's okay, because it was quite a late change of traffic light. There was no way I was going to get stopped before that line without doing a super harsh brake and possibly being rear-ended from behind. So it's fine on this occasion. I have stopped before the second line, and I've also still left plenty of space for cyclists if they do come along. So it's all fine. So don't worry if this situation here happens on your driving test. You've done all that you could do in that situation. Okay, so it will be a couple of minutes for these lights to change, so I'll just use the magic of editing to skip out a couple of minutes, because it'll be about 3 or 4 minutes before these lights change back, and we'll see you again in a bit. Okay, so welcome back again. Right, so we're back again. The lights are about to change. So the green arrow's gone onto the left. There's a bit of a gap in the traffic on the left hand side, so I'm hoping these lights will change any moment now. Keep yourself prepared, because I know I'm next. I don't know when it's going to be. I've got my bike point ready. All I've got to do is when that light changes, add the gas, have a look around. If it's safe, I'm going to pull away. Just get some little glances now. I can see there's an Audi coming up on the left. Sometimes if the light changes, people in the left lane just suddenly turn right. So right here, left at the next lights. Into a red light, just wait there for longer. There we go. Didn't have to stop, and because I've already got a bit of momentum, it's much easier to keep it going. Okay. Back onto Holloway. Got the 20 sign, just be aware. As I'm looking way up the road, I can see there's a parked Mini on the right. That could be a hazard with oncoming vehicles, because if one car goes through, they all like to go through. See any oncoming vehicles, which is quite unusual for here, but I'll take that. Alright, so pretty much just heading back towards the test centre now. What I will do on this one is I will finish on the test centre road, because nobody's coming in, nobody's about to come back, so I'm not going to get in anyone's way on this one. Feel a little bit frustrating as you're going along here, because this feels like walking pace, but I'm bang on 20 miles an hour at the moment. So just keeping patient, don't get too hard on the gas pedal. It does become 30 just after those traffic lights. Checking mirrors just in case they change, but they're still green, that's absolutely fine. So bus on the other side. Is there someone else behind that car? Have a look, it's safe. Now I'll speed up now that I know it's definitely safe. Okay. And then I came out of that road earlier. As I said, I'm going to pull on the test centre road on this one. It's a good way of showing how to deal with pretty much any hazard, because when you're doing your driving test, anything could be happening. You've got to show the examiner you are ready for whatever was thrown in front of you on that day at that time. Okay. So, just taking it easy, because people were in the road. That's it. The person's waving someone out. Yeah, so this is the problem that people have been having lately on their driving tests in Oxford. Where you've got people stood in the road doing roadworks, things like that, just taking it easy. There's no point trying to drive fast. It's just too risky a driving style. And then the test centre's just there on the right, but I'm not going to come in there. Not allowed, or not doing my driving test. Maybe just keep it So I'll just go down the end of the road like I normally would and finish up the video there. So just wondering where this thing with the forklift truck's going, because it's quite funny seeing it carrying like one of those giant industrial wheelie bins in the forks. But I'll tell you what, I'll actually, I think it might be going in there, so if it's blocking my way, I'll end the video. Yeah, I think I'll end the video there. So if you liked what you saw, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment down below. How are you doing? If you want lessons, I'll put a link to my Facebook page down below, and then you know, just let me know how you're getting on. If you want lessons, just drop a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And you know, I've got a few spaces coming up soon, so hopefully get you in as soon as possible if that's what you're interested in. So that'll be all for this video, and see you again next time.